Hello, you guys. It's me, Lisa Perez, your master embodiment coach and author. I hope you guys are doing well. Please, as you guys are popping on here, please say hi, even though I might not be able to see your comments. But if you're watching me live, that is so completely, utterly amazing. And I'm so, so grateful to you guys. It is crazy windy today, right now, right here. And so if my hair is kind of going out of wonk, like, kind of wonky and not really in its proper place, well, that's why. So that's okay. We'll just power through, right? So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the right time. And what does that mean, my friends? Well, stick around till the very end of the video and you will understand, because I have a beautiful, beautiful, impactful message to share about the right time. Pop it on there. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video, especially if you love it and you resonate with it and you receive value out of this message. Share with your friends. That would be so, so amazing. And click the little bell at the top there so you can receive notifications of when I go live next. I go live every single day, and if you didn't have an opportunity to watch the live version, that's okay, because of course, being that it's YouTube, the videos will stay on my channel forever until I basically delete them. So yes, guys, so the right time, what does that mean? So this resonates so well with my family. So well, because we have learned to just trust the process all the time. We have learned to just really not question the how, which is very, very big with the logical mind, right? Questioning the how, it's just such the easiest thing to do, right? It's such the easiest thing to do, like questioning the how about every single thing, not really letting time take its course, not really, you're planting the seeds out there, and you're just, as humans, we're kind of a little bit naturally impatient, and so therefore we want things right here, right now, just right, like now. But when you're planting the seeds, it doesn't quite work that way. Right? The seeds will be harvested at the right time. And it's such a powerful concept to comprehend, because when you think about it, when you're planting a seed, choose whatever vegetable, choose whatever flower, choose whatever fruit that you want, okay? When you're planting the seed, and I'll just give you a quick example, so pineapples. So you plant the seeds, you plant a pineapple seed, and the first pineapple to harvest, it takes 18 months to grow. And then afterwards, it takes about a year or something like that. But the first one takes 18 months to grow. And what do I mean by that? That there is no timeline when it comes to the right time, right? That's why it's the right time. There is no timeline to it. There's not like, I want things right here, right now, and this is as far as it goes, and the timing is going to be at my beck and call, and I'm going to plant the seeds, and away it goes, and I'm going to water them, and I'm going to flourish them, and I'm going to take care of them, and boom, out comes the plant that I want. Sorry, my friends. It doesn't quite work that way, and if you are watching this and you believe that it does, I'm here to kind of get you out of your bubble a little bit and just tell you how it is, because it's not like that. Now, just to give you a bit of an example here. So my husband, our family, has been waiting for a client to power through, right? As you guys know, where I live we live in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Yay palm trees, yay beach. Too bad we can't enjoy it because of the friggin' COVID, but that's a different story. But so he has been in conversations with his client for a while, for a few weeks, and and a month, or actually a couple months later, he receives the contract. They sign up, and when we started to think about it, we're like, if it didn't, like, God has a way of making things happen at the right time, right? And so if this would have happened a couple of weeks ago, who knows what could have happened? Like, we really don't know, right? But we can't really anticipate that, but they signed the contract, actually today. So congratulations to us. But they signed the contract today, and it happened to be just not at the perfect timing. I didn't say that the right timing is perfect timing. I said the right time is the right time. And so things happen when you're not essentially waiting for them to happen. I shared a message before about not having expectations, because expectations tends to lead to disappointment, right? And not to anticipate things, because it also leads to disappointment, but just trust the process. That's it. That's all. Just trust the process, and everything always works out. It always does. Everything always works out. And so it's the same thing here in this consequence, right? We didn't question how. We just trusted the process. We didn't, continuously follow up and be like, what's going on? If God wanted the doors to open for this contract to come into fruition, then He will open the doors. There's no single question about it. It'll just happen, right? Not on our timing, on God's timing. And there's a quote that a lot of people like to share, and it says, if you want to make God laugh, tell Him your plans. And I thought this was kind of quirky, because it's so true, right? We can have all of the plans in the world, and my hair is just going freaking insane, and I don't like that because it's going over my face. And so we can have all of the plans in the world, but if it's not the right plan for our lives, and it's not in the proper guidance as what, the guidance towards our purpose, the guidance towards, our vision, right? If it's not going towards that, if it's not aligned to it, then those plans, no matter how much we want them to happen, just won't happen. It's kind of the harsh reality of life here, right? We all have a purpose in this life. And so often we're very quick to judge, and we're very quick to judge other people's purposes, but we're very quick to judge ourselves. And if things don't happen right away, we're like, why isn't this happening? Maybe this is not the right time for me. Maybe this is not the right purpose that I should be pursuing, right? We're very quick to judge ourselves. Before we judge others, we're actually even quicker to judge ourselves. Always. We're always very, very hard on ourselves. We're always our worst critics. And so, I forgot my wording. So when that happens, because we judge ourselves so quickly, we want things to happen, and when it doesn't happen, when we have our plans and we have everything that we want, and it just doesn't happen, we judge ourselves in the way that, we tell ourselves, we don't tell ourselves that it wasn't the right time, but we tell ourselves, maybe this is not the purpose set out for me. Maybe this is not the vision for myself, and maybe I should be pursuing something else. And we just tell ourselves all of these anecdotes. We tell ourselves all of these stories. We tell ourselves all of these lies that are just so crazy judgmental that we're not even sure what to do with them, and we don't want to listen to them, but yet we feel that we should, because it didn't happen on the way that we want to, and it didn't happen on our own accord, and we're still waiting and we're still anticipating. And because we're by logical nature, we're not only are we quick to judge, but we're very impatient creatures. And so therefore, as I said, when things don't happen, we're like, okay, things are not happening. Well, I guess I'm just going to move into a different direction, and I'll just move into a different path because, things are just not happening. That's always how it goes, right? That always has how it goes. It's so crazy because just a little bit of a squirrel syndrome here is that when you're in the middle of talking and you're in the middle of a friggin' rant and you're just, and you have a great message to share, you just all of a sudden have these motorcycles that pass by you, or the little water guy, the water truck that passes by you that makes so much loud noise, right? And you just have to let it pass. And we had a plane passing by up ahead today in the horizon. So anyways, let's go back to this. So yeah, so we're just so utterly judgmental about ourselves that we don't think about the right time for things. We want things right here, right now. That's how it is. That's how we always are. No matter how hard we try not to be that way, it just ends up happening to be that way, right? So it's in those moments where we need to catch ourselves and be like, yo, okay, things are going to happen in the right time, and we just have to tell ourselves that. We just can't keep questioning the how, and we just have to continuously trust the process, right? And away we go, right? And we just enjoy the ride. But how can we enjoy the ride if, one, we're quick to judge ourselves, we're impatient, and we want things basically on a silver platter? Things that are worth their weight do not come on a silver platter. It comes kind of like on a bent out shaped platter. It just does not come that way. It is not like, moonlight roses. It is not like that whatsoever, right? Things are worth the best things, the greater things for our lives, for our purpose and for our vision are worth the wait, right? With anything. I'll give you another example. I just, signed up for this program yesterday, actually, and I told everybody in the program, and I said, you know what? I completely manifested this because I did not question the how. Well, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna, Pinocchio moment little right here. That's a lie. In the very beginning, I questioned the how. I tried to question the how, but then I caught myself and I was like, no, Lise, you got to stop questioning the how and just trust the process. So I've been wanting to take this coaching program for months since my coach put it out there. Since she put it out there, which was about January, December, January, somewhere in there, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to get into this program. And it's just going to happen. And I did catch myself a couple of times questioning the how and be like, how is this going to happen every single month that passes by, right? Every single week, every single month, every single day that passes by. I'm like, oh, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. I know it's in August and it's February and I don't really know how it's going to happen, but I need it to happen. I want it to happen. This is, and I prayed about it. And then it's like, March, April, May. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's in a couple months. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. I just kept questioning the how, and I kept catching myself while I'm questioning the how, and I was like, no, you got to stop that. Just trust the process. Just, lead with your intuition. Envision it as if it's already happened. So, I started envisioning it. And lo and behold, 2 doors before doors open, it comes into fruition. Because the last month or a couple months or so, I stopped questioning the how, and I just, did the things I needed to do, and I just trusted the process. And, creativity sparked, ideas sparked, and it's like, okay, no, you got to do this, and things just happened, right? The idea to get into the program, kind of sparked in May, and then we were just in conversations and stuff, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to keep it in prayer, and if it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. That's it. It's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. That's the beauty of the right time. When it's not meant to happen, we can't be pissy about it, we can't be upset about it. And yeah, I get it, like human nature, that's our initial reaction, especially when things don't go our way. It's always our initial reaction to get really kind of choked and PO'd and as if we just got kicked in the ribs and it friggin' uber hurt but yet we move on, right? We heal, we transform, we grow, we evolve, and we move on. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. When we can remind ourselves that things will happen in its own accord, things will happen on God's timing and not ours, then life starts to become a bit more beautiful than what it actually was prior to believing that it's going to happen at the right time. Because as I said, we're very quick to judge ourselves. And when things don't happen on our timing, we tell ourselves lies that it wasn't meant to happen, and we just let it go. And yeah, chances are sometimes it wasn't meant to happen, but another greater opportunity comes around, and that's the beautiful thing about the right time, right? Things remarkably will come out in such a magnificent and magical and beautiful way than what we least expected it, right? And so knowing this, allows us to sleep a little bit better at night. Not questioning the how, just trusting the process, not stressing over nothing, not worrying, not really having anxiety, just living life as it should, appreciating the good things, being grateful for the other, being grateful for things, and appreciating the simplest moments. That's where the beauty lies. And then all of a sudden, boom, things happen, and you're like, holy crap, like I've been waiting months for this. I've been waiting months for this contract. I've been waiting months for this program. I've been waiting months for a client. And all of a sudden, boom, it pops out, because that's what happens when you're not questioning the how. Things work behind the scenes, and they'll just work so magically behind the scenes that it's like, all of a sudden it's been months and it's like, holy crap, like time just flew by. But when you're continuously questioning the how, it's not the right time, it's your time. Right? When you're questioning the how, it's like, oh my gosh, the week is going by so slow. I want a client and it hasn't happened yet. And every single day you're thinking about it, and you're worrying, and you're anxiety, and you're like, how the heck am I going to pay my bills? And all of these negative vibes come out. But yet, when you're just continuing to do what you're doing, taking the actions that you need to take, the massive actions, and you're just living life as it comes, then things start to magically happen. They start to radically happen, right? You can't explain it. It just happens. And by our logical mind, of course, we're going to be like, oh yeah, it's because I did this. No, it's not because you did that at all. It might be a slight part of it, but the reality is that you're just, it just happened because you just learned to trust. You just learn to have faith, right? One of my favorite verse ever in this Bible is, and I talk about it a lot, is 2 Corinthians 5:7, which is live by faith and not by sight, because this is a beautiful rendition of trusting the process. Not looking in your tunnel vision of what's going to happen, but you're just trusting the process, and you're allowing the right time to come into fruition, right? As I spoke in the very beginning of this video, planting the seeds is so powerful, because you have to water it. You plant the seed, you have to water it, you have to rake, you have to, give it fertilizer, you have to nurture it, you have to take care of it, and then boom, something will happen. The seed will start sprouting its leaves. You don't know what's happening underneath, but things are happening behind the scenes, right? You just go about doing what you're doing, making dinner for your family, going to work, working in your business, and your garden is blooming already, right? Because things are just happening. Things are just happening behind the scenes. You don't know what's happening underneath the dirt, underneath the gunk, underneath all the crap, under like the unsexy work that I call it. You don't know what's happening underneath. All you can do is just trust that something is growing. And eventually things start to spread out. And eventually, after that, in its right time, you can harvest the seed, whatever it is. Tomatoes for dinner, it doesn't matter what it is, but you can start to harvest the seed, or harvest the plant. You can reap the harvest. That's what I meant. And because things are just happening just the way it is. So it's like, you just continue doing what you're doing. You continue to live the life that you're living, and go through the unsexy work, go through the transformations, go through the evolvement, go through the growth that you need to go through. Because if something is not happening in your own accord, there's some growing that you need to do there. And it's not meant to happen at that time, because if everything happened at just, at the snap of our fingers, just because our impatience wants it to happen right now, right here, how can you ever grow? How can you ever learn life lessons that you need to learn? How can you ever evolve into a greater version of yourself? That's why waiting for things to happen at the right time, there's no timeline to it, because there's no timeline to growth and evolvement. Every single time you reach the next level, you grow. Every single time you break a ceiling, you grow. Every single time you sign another contract, you grow with that client. But you lead yourself first, right? And it just so happens that way. So if you're expecting a client, not expecting, because we shouldn't have expectations, right? So if you are anticipating a client, or you want a client, a prospective client, you've already did the proposal, you did whatever, and you've done the actions on your part, and you're just waiting for them to sign with you, just continue to do what you're doing. And if you're like, okay, you know, and a big one with our logical mind is that it's like, okay, the prospective client is like, you know, I'll get back to you in 2 days, and all of a sudden it's been 2.5 days, and you're freaking out, and you're telling yourself, oh my God, maybe they found someone else, maybe it's not the right contract, and you're hoping and you're praying that it is, and it's like, you know, been 2 days, it's been 3 days, it's been 4 days, it's been 5 days, all of a sudden it's been a week, and you're completely freaking out because you're like, what if they find someone else? What could I have done better in my conversation? What could I have said to sign the client up? What could I have done? That you ask yourself so many different things, because that's what your logical mind has trained you to do, is to question the how of why things don't happen the way you want them to. And guess what? If you just let things go, and you just work through the process, and you grow and you evolve and you take the actions, and you still take the actions, because time doesn't stand still, right? It's the most precious commodity that we have. So even if you're waiting for a client, life continues, your business continues, the actions continue. So if you just let life take its course and let things happen, all of a sudden it's been a few weeks, and it's like the client pops in and it's like, now it's the time, I'd like to sign with you. Right? I'd like to sign with you. And more often than not, 9 times out of 10, and I've seen this with clients, I've seen this with people, that it's like, a month ago wasn't the right time, but now I feel it is. It's not just coincidence. They're also working on the right time. Right? They're also working on the right time. So it's like, it always happens that way. So, and it becomes a beautiful thing. So just remember that when you're going through, working through the process, when you're wanting to sign a client and it hasn't happened yet, when you're waiting for your dream home and it hasn't happened yet, when you're waiting for your dream car and it hasn't happened yet. 3 things to do. Forget about expectations. Let things go, and just let the universe take its course, and let the universe work behind the scenes. And just trust the process at the same time. 3 of the most powerful concepts, strategies, if you will, that you can ever do in order to wait for the right time, instead of going crazy in your mind and in your heart and telling yourself things that are really not true about yourself. Because as I said, we're very quick to judge ourselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe with your network, with people that you love the most, people that matter. I would appreciate it so much. Pop into the comments and let me know you've subscribed. Let me know you've liked this video. Let me know what you think of this video. That'd be so awesome. And don't forget to hit the little bell so that it goes ding, and then you can receive the ding every single day I go live. So that would be awesome, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you. It is crazy windy. Apologize for my hair, and stay empowered. God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Bye.